Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Tawnya Love Show. I hope you're all having a great day. I was just trying to pull up something right then that I'm going to read to you in a minute. I had a fabulous trip with my family recently, and we went to the forest for like a week up in Fort Worden, kind of up near Port Townsend area in Washington. And it was really beautiful, and it was really necessary for me to kind of retreat to the forest for a little while. And I'm going to kind of talk about some things that maybe some of you can relate to, and how I think it's really important in my journey. It's been very important for isolation at times and just like complete solitude and getting away from all the world's busyness and stress and heaviness in the lower, third dimension realms. And so it was really a really necessary trip, and our family had a great time. We did a lot of hiking and took my dog Honey Girl biking with us and hiking, and it was awesome. And it was really nice to just be around a lot of crows. Like we had crows waking us up every morning, and what else do we see? Crows, cranes, deer, all kinds of pretty wildlife around us. But it's nice to be home. And one thing that's awesome is last week, and some of you, I'm sure, watching know that I'm in the Northwest, and in the Pacific Northwest and basically the whole West Coast, it has been burning. Like we have had a lot of fires, which is really unique for this area because typically we have a lot more rainfall. And maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, I was really calling in for people to help hold an intention of the rain to come because we need it here. And I'm happy to announce that the rain showed up the day before yesterday, and it was just pouring rain in the evening. And then we had some friends that were getting married yesterday. And so I was like, okay, Angels, thank you for the rain, but could you just kind of hold it back a little bit just over their wedding area until they get through their wedding, and then you can bring it on again. And it totally happened like that. They were just like, thank you for asking the angels for help because they were really concerned. It was like 100% chance it was supposed to rain during their wedding. But we had a great time last night at their wedding. And so, celebration and congratulations to Chris and Maureen, our friends. Yeah, a lot of good things happening. And then to balance that good, there's been some challenges. And I'm not going to really talk about things in a way of like, just like my style. I'm not going to talk about problem very much, but I am going to focus a bit on like what's going on, and then how we each, when we're being challenged with something, how do we deal with that? How do we shift it? How do we, move through people's energy fields that are not really holding a good vibration of love and good for us? And so I feel like there's a lot of courage required to live as an empowered empath and just an empowered being. If you've come to the planet Earth at this time and you know in your soul that you're here to be a light worker, you're here to ignite light and love, and you're here to embody love, there is going to be things that you most likely have gone through, initiations and challenges, where just to be you is a problem at times. And so, for example, let's say you are in an environment and you're just love and enthusiasm and hope and infinite possibilities in your energy, and people around you are in a fearful place and they're in a consciousness of poverty and, problem and limitation. Just your very presence is going to trigger them to either shift into that higher vibration, or they're going to want to get you away from them or get away from you. And so it's been an interesting journey, my entire existence of being on this planet, my entire life. I have been challenged, and I know myself. I know who I am. I am very self-aware. And what's been interesting is when I was younger, I felt a need to be very quiet and shy and kind of hide and just stay away from people and just hold back my wisdom and not speak, because when I would try to speak, I would get shamed or I would be judged or yelled at, get in trouble for questioning authority. And so I can see, and I have a lot of compassion to why so many humans are afraid to come into their power. Because in essence, I don't really feel that from birth, in my journey anyways, it was encouraged. If anything, it was encouraged to shut the hell up and keep your opinion to yourself. And if misalignment's happening, just turn away and just let it happen. And I know in my soul that my soul came here to challenge that, because that's exactly how we're going to shift this planet. If we see that there is a lot of problems, and it doesn't take too much intelligence to look out and see that the world has a lot of issues stemming from humans' lack of integrity, from humans' desire to overtake, and their greed and their need for enslavement, their need for control and power, the need for more, like always a need for, I need more, 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 never a sense of being satisfied. And so these are things that if any of us just observe our worlds, you're most likely seeing this around you in some form. So, how do we have the courage to walk in our power? How do we have the courage to speak even when we're shamed, even when we're isolated and ostracized from our community? And I say that because sitting here on this show, as beautiful as it is, and as much as I adore it and love helping, and my heart's intention is to help and to inspire alignment and to help those who have been suffering, that are ready to shift and that are ready for healing and wholeness, ready for a new way of living. That's who I'm here to talk to. That's who I'm here to connect with. But at the same time, there is some souls that in my journey have observed me sitting here and lashed out and had negative energy towards me. I have had, you name it, in my journey. I have been judged for the size of my breasts. I have been lashed out for, who do you think you are to show your body? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, this is my body. This is the form I have. And I feel I dress modestly. I feel like I dress very professionally and beautifully. But the reason I say that is I have learned that it doesn't matter what we do. There are going to be humans that have opinions and that don't want to approve of us just for being who we are. And how do you have the courage to be who you are? And so I have great compassion for any of you that have in any way struggled with owning your power, in any way struggled with speaking your truth in your families, in your communities, of just being who you are and not feeling ashamed about it. I feel as a woman, it has been amazing for me, the journey to hang out with women and to see how many women really don't want to feel good and celebrate with other women. How many women actually are looking for what's wrong with a woman and they want to kind of tear her down. And to me, that's what my heart's here to help heal. That's what my deepest intention is when I start women's circles and when I open up my sacred space in my home for workshops and things like that, is to help us to heal these things. And what I've observed is that we have a choice whether we're a wounded woman, a wounded child in the woman, or a wounded child in a man, or an empowered woman or an empowered man. We have to choose. We can't be a wounded little girl and an empowered woman at the same time. And so, a lot of what I know my soul's here to help with is to help wounded girls and wounded boys heal those wounds and to reclaim their power, to realign with their divinity, and to move with greater power and greater presence and peace on this planet. And in order to do that, we have to do our work. And so there's been some people in my journey that when it gets time to do their work and they don't want to do their work, they don't want to hear the messages of their own need for alignment, suddenly I'm the enemy. And I say this to all of you listening because if there's any of you out there that you have a desire to make a difference in the world, you want to help others, you want to inspire others, this is part of what happens. I've talked to other healers that have gone through this. I see this happen to politicians. I see this happen to any public figure, you name it, someone that's actually speaking out publicly and they're putting themselves out there. You're basically opening yourself up for target for some that are going to love you and then some that are going to hate you and they're going to lash out. And so one of the things that I think I recently saw something on Facebook that was like, I can't remember exactly how it was spoken, but basically, if you want to live a life where you're never criticized, then say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. And I think a lot of us have been taught to be comfortable with that, like the uncomfortably comfortable feeling of saying nothing, holding back our truth, being nothing. Okay, there's something I'd want to be, but no, I'll just stay back here and just play small. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Oh, I see that when that girl has her power and owns her power, she gets shamed. So I'll just be quiet and pretend I just go along with all the misaligned people. And that's a lot of the initiations we have to each pass, every one of us. If it's important to you to live a life of integrity, if it's important to you to live on a planet where there's honor, if it's important to you to live on a planet where there is equality and where there is respect, then these are all aspects that we have to cultivate within. And if any of us are not doing our work, then we are in essence being a part of the problem. And so I had a discussion recently with someone who, they were hearing through the grapevine gossip about, oh, be careful of Tawnya Love, like she's messing with darkness. And you know what? This shit has been happening since the beginning of the planet. Like, you name it. Look in history of how many times, especially I've observed in history, a woman in her power speaking or doing healing work is often called a witch or she's a pagan. Like, we're basically going to be ostracized just because we dare have the right to claim our divinity and to actually embody our power. And so I observe, that there's women who see me speaking in my power, and then they see people gossiping and shaming me, trying to turn my clients against me. And what's sad to me is that humans are going to waste their energy doing this because I know myself and I know my integrity and I know my heart's intention. But I also observe that there are some souls that do not want to do their healing work. They do not want to shift out of poverty consciousness. So then now they have to shame me for the consciousness that I am actually mirroring to them. And so if any of you are going through something like this, if any of you feel that you have had at times fear brought to you as far as being who you are, I totally salute you and I have such compassion for each of you. But I am here to say that I feel we have to have the courage to move beyond it regardless. And a big part of that is where it's kind of like we got to get in this, not that we don't care about the world or we don't care about others, but it's like you got to almost get to this place where you're just like, fuck it. I don't really give a shit if people approve of me or if they don't approve of me. And it doesn't mean I don't feel it when people are hateful. It doesn't mean I don't feel it when poison arrows are sent and psychic attack is sent. Oh, I feel it. But it doesn't mean that that is going to affect me long. I may feel it and then have something to speak about it to help humans understand how hurtful that is. And I think of it like the symbolicness of the West Coast right now. We have all these forest fires everywhere and they're just like taken off, and it doesn't take much, if you know much about fire, just light a spark and that spark ignites and it just starts to take off, and it can create a lot of destruction very fast. This, in essence, is how I feel about humans that start to spread lies and rumors and gossip and say hateful things about people that they're actually intimidated by and they're actually threatened by because they stand in their power. And that energy of a spark of someone just saying, ooh, you should be careful of that Tawnya Love, like she might be messing with darkness. In essence, if you are doing this, you are a part of a dark agenda. And just in doing that, just in sparking that fire, you are igniting destruction. And I feel like each of us as humans, we need to own that shit. We need to start really realizing and recognizing how destructive we can be or how empowered and loving we can be. And I feel like the same effect happens when if we express love and gratitude and appreciation and we're expressing our wisdom and our truth, which is what I spend doing on this show every week, that it ignites love. It ignites a fire of passion that moves quickly and it starts to move through the consciousness of humanity, inspiring shifts. But the same thing is happening when we're spreading darkness. And one of the things that came to me when I was meditating about it, because big picture, all of us listening at some level have probably been messed with by someone at some point in our journey, or someone's led people about us or spread rumors, gossiped, who knows? Something probably has happened at some level to each of us. But the thing is how do we deal with that? And when I was in meditation, I was processing all of this. I realized that I can't control what others do, nor do I wish to control what others do. I can't control if people are going to show me honor or respect or they're going to totally lie. I can't control the fact that I could be very generous and then someone just completely takes from me and moves on down the road to take from the next person. That part I can't control. But I can control what I have to say about it and I can express myself about it. And I feel like more of us need to start having a right to claim our voice. We need to get comfortable speaking our truth. Stop cowering behind, the shadows and like hiding out because you're afraid that you might stand out or that you might be rejected. Because I feel like in essence, that's what's holding us back from the bigger work. And when I look at the big picture, I see a community of light workers. In my community, I see that there is beauty in this community, but there is a lot of misalignment, a lot of shadow energy, a lot of wounded child energy that needs to be healed. And all of us that came here to be light workers, in essence, if we keep our focus on the big picture, we're here to help ignite love. We're here to embody love. We're here to teach and inspire others through our love, through our alignment and our beingness. And so, if we are calling ourselves a light worker while we're hating another light worker and we're trying to turn her clients against her and we're lying about her and we're spreading gossip to try to take her out of the game so that she can't take our clients, I am sorry to inform you, but you are not working for the light. And if that is what your intentions are, you need to check in with that, because that is what I'm saying is it's basically igniting a fire that is creating a great destruction. And in the healing community of all places, I feel like we should be working together. We should be uniting our love and our intentions together. There is plenty of humans to help. There is plenty of animals, plenty of environments. There is plenty of, opportunities for us each to contribute. But if we're feeling like we're in a poverty consciousness and there's not enough, then we're going to try to take out that girl. And I have a great example. For a couple nights I've been inspired to watch different films, and it's perfect because it's what I'm processing. And like the night before last I watched the movie 42, which is about Jackie Robinson, and I highly recommend watching that film. I watch it every now and then just to help me remember to keep my strength and to keep my focus, because he was a black man coming in at a time where it was all whites that played baseball, and there was a lot of segregation in our country and in our planet. And he was one of these warriors that came in that was like, you know what? I have every right to play baseball just like they do, and I'm going to come in there and I'm going to break down the barriers. I'm going to break down the walls. I'm going to, totally knock down the boundaries and limitations, and I'm going to show them that I am a soul that is deserving of this experience and opportunity. And so in that film, he has all these obstacles he has to move through in his journey of people hating him and heckling him and shaming him and just treating him straight up like shit. And all he's doing is he just wants to play baseball. And I so resonate with that. Like, as a healer, all I'm here to do is I want to help others. I want to inspire the world. I want to help make this place a more beautiful, loving place. I want to, ignite energy of passion and purpose and help people have confidence to own their power and their divinity. And I am really tired of being a woman that's constantly judged for the way her body looks or doesn't look, the way I dress or how I should dress. I'm really tired of being judged for, if I have power and I own that power, that I'm called, oh, she's got spiritual ego, or all these different terms. It's just ridiculous. Why don't we just save time, guys, and get focused on the mission, which is to heal our planet? And that's going to start with healing ourselves. And so I was just right before the show, when I was meditating, I went on to Facebook and I saw this thing about healing and healing the heart. And I felt like it was so synchronistic how this came in right before the show, because in essence, I understand that souls like Jackie Robinson, any of us that have been these spiritual pioneers that have come in to kind of shake up the system, and we came in to challenge those who are out of alignment, because it's time, friends. It is time to show honor and respect. It is time for us to start holding reverence for those who honor and help us. It is time for us to treat each other with respect, period. It is time for us to honor every life force, period. But if we're trying to hold back on that, there's a reason there's people like myself that have come here to challenge that, because that is what is needed for this planet to shift. We cannot expect this planet to thrive and the humans on this planet to thrive in the conditions that it's been operating in, of greed, corruption, control, enslavement, misalignment, lack of integrity. Those things are not going to ever help us. And here's the deal. What's going to be the thing that we have to all do to help be a part of the solution? We have to learn to love ourselves. And that may sound simple, but I can promise you, every single human that has lashed out at me, every single person and throughout my entire life that has bullied me, beat me up, shamed me, publicly humiliated me, every one of them did not love themselves. Every one of them. And I knew it, and I saw it, and I felt it. And so how do we shift that? we have to do our work. We have to learn to love ourselves. And if you think that what I'm saying sounds crazy, go and explore, do some inner soul searching and go meditate and really tune in and ask yourself, do I really love myself? Like, do I really feel self-love? Do I actually take care of myself, or do I put myself last? Do I actually know how to say no to others when they ask too much of me? Or do I just keep saying yes because I need to do whatever I need to do to be enough for them? Do I worry so much that people will accept me that I become silent and I lose my voice and I just kind of blend in the background and I feel like my soul just kind of is lost? This is what we have to shift. If we're not having the power to actually love ourselves, to own our voice, to own our power, to step in, even when others won't really accept it from us and they don't really like it. Like Jackie Robinson, he knew who he was. He knew that he was a powerful being. He knew he was worthy of love and respect, and he gave it. But he also understood that he was entering in at a time on the planet where him entering in that form was going to cause some fucking shit. And so just him showing up in a black body, which is so fucking ridiculous. I'm a little frustrated today because I feel we humans, we need to wake the hell up and realize that if we stop looking at each other by our color and our shape of our bodies, we could get a lot of shit done. We could actually unite and do amazing things together. But what gets us in trouble is our goddamn humanness, that ego energy of, I've got to compete and compare with this person, or, oh, they're black, they're not worthy because I've been told I'm superior and they're inferior. That makes me feel bigger than them, so I'm going to try to shame them. The same thing's happening in this healing community. There are people in Portland in the community that really believe they are like the hierarchy priestesses of the world and that they are above everyone else. And anyone who doesn't bow to their misaligned order gets shamed, gets ostracized, and gets isolated and condemned just for not taking their shit. It's ridiculous. And in my case, it's because I chose to come in a white body as a woman, blonde hair, blue eyes, and got a goddamn powerful spirit. And that is all it took to piss people off. But this is the thing, guys. If I showed up like that, just like Jackie Robinson showed up like he did, it's probably because there's some things that need to be shifted. And it's probably because we need to start honoring each other, not because just what we look like, but really give each other honor and respect because we're souls and we're here to unite and connect with each other. And so I really want to kind of drive that in to see what's going on in each of you. And if you resonate with this, please write me on the little chat. Go ahead and chat in live. If you want to call me, if you got opinions, if you got something to say, if you feel like, yeah, I can relate, Tawnya, I've been treated like that, or, I think you're full of shit, Tawnya, bring it. I'm open to the discussion. But I feel like at the essence of this, I definitely have compassion for all humans, and I get where different ones are coming from. I get when a human is jealous of me and envious of me, competitive with me, competes with me, compares to me. Oh, how does she connect with angels and I can't seem to do it? Ah, she must be doing black magic. What the shit? Like, it's ridiculous. But if you had the compassion to come near and ask questions and tune in and listen and connect energetically with a soul that is very awake and aware and connected, you could learn a lot of stuff. You could totally go into higher consciousness realms very easily just by entering that space with love and honor. And how are we going to do that? We got to learn to love ourselves. How can a mother that beats her child ever have a happy life if she doesn't learn how to love herself? How can a husband who cheats on his wife ever have a happy life and feel satisfied until he learns to love himself? How can humans that work in the workforce that are trying to take out their coworkers because they see them as competition, how can they ever feel satisfied? It doesn't matter how high you get on that corporate ladder. You're going to get up there and you look back and see all the bodies that you swept under you to get there. Are you going to feel satisfied? I promise you, you will not. I don't care what path you're taking. If you're a spiritual healer and your intention is, I'm going to be the most powerful priestess on the planet and I will just kick and scream and scratch and scrape and, shame whoever to get there, I promise you, you will not be satisfied when you reach your destination. I promise you. Mark my words on that. How are you going to be satisfied? How are any of us going to be satisfied? By learning how to love ourselves. And that is what it's all about, my friends. It is about loving ourselves. It is about connecting with our source, with whatever you want to call that. You want to call it God, angels, Awa, Earth Mother, the universe. I don't really care. Whatever you call it, do that. That's your thing. But connect with it. Connect consistently with it and realize that you are divinity. You are here to express yourself. Why will I not bow to these people? I don't care if it gets to the point where one day every one of you on the planet hears that Tanya's darkness. So be it, because I know myself and I know I am not darkness and I know my intention is love and light. But if that were to happen, and at the worst end of the day, I was taken down in every way, I don't care. I will go down and I will go down with a fight because I am not here to submit to misalignment. I am not here to bow down to authority that is not in alignment. I am not here to kiss asses of people who do not show honor and respect or reverence. And I don't care how old you are, what tribe you're in, what culture you're in, what club you're in, what organization, how much money you have. I don't give a shit. If your tactics are shaming and humiliating and trying to hurt people and trying to slander their image, you are out of alignment, period. And you are a wounded one. And the only way you're going to heal that woundedness, the only way you're going to actually get your power back is not by trying to take it from me or anybody else on the planet, not by taking like Jackie Robinson out by hitting him in the head with the ball. It's to get your own self-love back. And you're going to need to do a lot of soul work, because in order to love yourself, you're going to have to unlearn all that bullshit you've been taught, that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, and that you don't deserve it. And all of that stuff sounds pretty simple to just talk about, but it's a process. I promise you that. And there is work to be done. And all of you that are listening know this, because if you have felt nudged to do some healing work or to go and get yourselves vulnerable and enter a healing circle or go to work with a healer that will help you kind of process and move past all these obstacles that keep you stuck, if you actually listen to that and you go towards it, you're going to heal and you're going to find alignment and you're going to find your power. But it's going to be work. It's not work in a hard way, but it's going to be a process, and it's going to challenge everything you've been taught. And so, big picture, how do we heal all that? How do we become the best beings we could be? How do we become the embodiment of our divinity? We have to go through that process of that work. We have to stay to the path. We have to stay in alignment of love and self-love. We have to realize when I just say a hateful thing to somebody, I need to go pull inward, tune into self. What's going on in me? Why did I just lash out at Tawnya? Like, why was I just hateful to her? Man, I'm actually kind of embarrassed, but I can't own that. I can't admit that I did something wrong. So, oh, fuck her. She's an evil, dark person. I got to make sure everyone knows now. I get what you're doing, but it's not helping you. It's not saving you. And it's certainly not helping ignite love in the world. And my agenda, my mission is to be a part of that. And so I don't think I'm going to spend much time talking about this after today, but I felt it was important to address today because I can see so many realms this is happening in, from religion to moms clubs to freaking women playing bunco to men hanging out with each other at work, of the gossip chain of people. Oh, did you hear about so and so? Did you hear about what she did? Oh yeah, that shit needs to stop. When you're doing that, if you're a person that is into gossip and you're into just talking shit about people and you don't go and ask questions, then you are a part of the cancer. You are a part of the fucking forest fire that is destroying the planet. Seriously, that's simple, and I will own that shit to my death. You need to realize that in order to shift that, you need to start showing up with honor. So here's the solution. I will give you a solution because I will never tell you something unless there's a solution. And there always is a solution. So let's say you're at work and there's some coworkers gossiping about somebody, and it sounds pretty convincing, and they're friends. You like these friends. And so you pretty much think, wow, these are my friends. So if they're saying it, it must be true. And so here's what you could do. Just assume that what they're saying is true, and then you start warning people and gossiping with them and spread that fire. That's the misaligned way, and that's the way that's going to create destruction and not show honor. Here's another way that you could do it. The solution of alignment. Someone's gossiping, they're saying some stuff to you, and you're like, huh, these are friends that I really like, but let me check in. Like, I don't really know this person, but I'm going to go and ask them some questions because I'd like to know if this is true rather than just assume. So you go to that person, hey, Tawnya, can I ask you a question? Sure, what do you got? And you ask them the question. And then you shush and you listen to what they have to say. And I promise you, if most of you started to shift this and instead of assuming things and just getting into that, it's just such drama, the drama circle of igniting gossip and rumors. If you started to go right to the source of who they're about and you ask them questions, you would be amazed of what you will find out. Probably in any situation of gossip, because typically those that are spreading gossip are insecure humans that are trying to harm someone that probably challenged them. And so if we started to save time and go, you know what, let me go directly to the source and ask that person a question, we're going to become enlightened. And this is the path of light. The path of light seeks illumination. It seeks clarity. It seeks understanding. It seeks solution. The path of the shadow or the wounded ones, they love shadow. They love gossip, drama, assumption. They like to make things up and just go with it and just get caught in the fantasy world and just, oh, if I heard it, it must be true. And then they're talking trash. They like drama. They like suffering. Why? Because they don't love themselves and they don't feel worthy of love themselves. So if they see, oh, there's an opportunity to jump on the hate wagon, let's jump on. I'm all about the hate wagon because that feels really comfortable to me. But to go over there and actually ask that person direct questions, that takes courage. What I'm calling for today is for more humans to have fucking courage. More humans to step into their power, ask questions, challenge misaligned authority, own your damn voices, for God's sakes. Like, that is the biggest reason I'm here. And I'm just, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here. And so I'm going to say exactly what I need to say today. And you guys are going to either love me or maybe I'll get everybody unfriending me today. I don't give a shit. I feel like this is important. And the reason I feel this is happening in my life is because I am observing this happen in so many people's lives, and we need to shift it. It's not going to go away. It's not going to just disappear. It's kind of like when there's a problem in our plumbing, we can just ignore it and it's just going to get worse and worse, and then the pipes are going to blow. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on our planet with this misalignment and this hatefulness and this low vibrational competitive competition, jealousy, comparison. It's the wounded ego. And there's so many people talking about ego these days, and some now are like trying to project that, oh, ego is not even a good thing, we shouldn't even talk about it. When I use the word ego, the way I'm intending it, excuse me, I have hiccups. The way I'm intending that is the wounded aspect of ourself. So every one of us has an ego self. Me as Tawnya Love, in essence, is an ego of the divine infinite. So the divine infinite's like the ocean. Tawnya Love is a drop of water from the ocean. So I, in essence, am an egoic energy of the divine. And that's the Tawnya Love part. But if I'm in a wounded part of my ego and I'm operating in shadow, that's very different. So people that say, oh, she's, spiritually in ego. No, I'm not. I know myself. I love myself and I own my power. And I'm here to encourage each of you to do that. And it may make some of you uncomfortable. I get that. I came here to challenge the shit out of you. So if that makes you uncomfortable, so be it. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to help you grow and evolve. So if I'm in my power and I'm challenging and I'm encouraging a new direction, that does not mean I'm operating from ego. If I love myself and I have confidence and I speak with courage and I speak with clarity, that does not mean I'm in ego. And so this is something we need to get kind of clear on, this whole definition of ego. And that's part of the reason that words often are not the best, because just channeling spirit, we're going to bring it through in our own cultural filter, our own vocabulary filter, and then often the messages can get lost. Here's a simple message. We are here to embody love. So if there's anything you're doing today or any day that is not the embodiment of love, if you're not showing up with truth, if you're not having integrity, if you're not being true to self, if you're not being honest and having integrity with others, if you're not actually being kind and caring to others, even if you don't agree with them, if you don't like how they're doing their job, or if you think they might take your clients, it doesn't matter. Show kindness. Show kindness and show honor. It's going to help you, it's going to serve you, and it's going to serve others. And it's going to change the world. And that's what we're here to do. That's what I'm here to do anyway. So I'm going to take a little pause because I was going there for a little bit. Is there anybody commenting or telling me to go to hell?
No, and let me tell you something. You did not just drink premium gas. You're on aviation grade gasoline, I think.
What did you say?
Aviation grade gasoline. This is really high octane.
Indeed.
Yeah, you know how
Well,
the premium is like 93. Well,
yeah.
aviation is like 115. And
Hells
that
yes.
will really take you places. No, you're doing fine. You're doing great.
Thank you.
I like it, and people like it, and there are some people that are listening who are not in the chat on the side from the podcasting group, and yeah, it's nice. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
let's see. Cindy's saying this has been a hot topic for me this week. Treat
Interesting.
everyone with honor and love. It can be difficult, especially when I'm driving. That's when I'm being tested. And she's laughing out loud.
Yes.
And then as you were going, she was going, "You tell him, Tanya."
Yes. Thank you.
And Ron is saying, "Tell him she is." Woohoo!
Thank you guys. I appreciate the support. And I
Oh,
feel like if you're resonating with it in some way, that's the reason I am speaking it. And I'm sure in every fiber of my being, if I'm speaking this with such power and passion, it's because it's important for many. And there's a reason, like, I don't see myself in a hierarchy way, but I do see myself as, if I'm in a public forum where I'm here to help others understand, it makes sense. The universe is going to bring tests to me so that I will experience things and understand them and then come back and share that publicly. So I kind of get that it's definitely something going on in the collective consciousness, but I feel we're all here to shift that. We all have the power to shift that, and we all have to get comfortable in our power. Like, it does take some adjustment. Like me going from a victim, I used to spend time playing small and being a victim, and to move and cross that bridge over to being an empowered woman was a process. And it did take courage, and it took me just getting used to that. Like, ooh, am I allowed to actually say that? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And so we kind of question ourselves. We get afraid, and then we're like, oh, I'm going to be bold. Oh God, maybe I shouldn't have been bold. We go through that whole like journey of just owning our power. But I'm here to tell you that is what you're here to do. That is what I'm here to out loud and passionately say to you, because none of us are going to enjoy our lives or feel um, satisfaction from our lives spent in silence, spent in shame, spent in submission. Shit, no. We're not here to be in shackles. We're not here. Like, I was just talking to a guy today, and I was like, I seriously will go down as a fucking warrior fighting. I don't care what it comes to. And I know that about myself. I am not afraid of a battle, but I know that they're not necessary. And that's the part that I'm just ready to help humanity get, is we don't need to keep fighting each other. We don't need to keep comparing. We don't need to waste any more time being petty and catty and hateful. Let's get our damn work done, and let's get out there and like first heal ourselves and love ourselves, and then let's go and share that with the world. That's what we're here to do, and that's the most rewarding, fulfilling thing you can ever spend your life doing. I promise you that. But you got to try it. And if you're spending your life being petty and catty and hateful, and you're jealous and, oh, who's she to say that, and you're just sitting there, you're judging what I'm wearing or how my lipstick looks, or if I'm not wearing lipstick, you're really wasting your damn time, because that's not what we're here to do. It's so petty. We're here to love each other. We're here to be love. We're here to inspire each other. We're here to be here for each other and listen. And one thing that I get, but it's frustrating, is how much I've opened up my heart and my space to give to others and be there for them and hold space and listen and honor them, and how little that has been returned back to me. And I'm not here complaining, I'm just expressing my truth. What I would love to see is, as much as I open up with love and honor and open my sacred space and open up my heart and share and give, I would love to have that come in equally. And maybe it won't for a while, but that's my desire. That's what I would love to see happen. And not just for myself, for humanity. I want to see all these healers that are insecure and that are trying to cause me damage and take me out of the game. I want them to heal. Why? Because they're going to be freaking happy. They're going to be happy women instead of wounded, insecure little women that are trying to hurt another woman that's in her power. It's ridiculous. And so if they could just see me and realize I am here mirroring to them what power looks like, and that it is not submitting to misalignment, it is not living in fear, it is not hoping that everyone in the community will accept me so I become silent. Screw that shit. That is not the way Tawnya Love came to do it. Some of you maybe have different agendas. Maybe that's you're going to be the silent ones that move through, and you're just going to silently hope that people will shift or be in that energy of that. I totally honor however you're all doing it, but honor how I'm doing it. That's all I ask. Like, I'm just done with people lashing out at me. I'm done with women judging my boobs. I mean, I have seriously, like I told a friend, it's like I have an ass on my chest. I have two asses basically, and it's okay. Like, this is my body, and I love my body, and I'm just tired of people judging me because I have breasts. Like, seriously, get over it. It's amazing to me how many women on our planet have issues with their breasts. How many women have had breast cancer? I could see how so many women might actually get their body parts diseased because they feel shameful of having them. They feel like, oh, maybe I'm bad to have breasts. Oh, I shouldn't show my breasts. I shouldn't like own my feminine power. Screw that. This is creating disease, people. It is creating disease. We need to start loving ourselves, and we need to start loving each other. I don't go around and judge what people are wearing or try to tell a woman how she should dress. I literally had a person one time tell me, you know, Tawnya, you're pretty awesome, and I feel like you're very connected to the angels, but if you want to be taken serious, you really need to dress more modestly and cover up your breasts because, you know, be more like, oh, she compared to me like Doreen Virtue and like Louise Hay and these older women. And I'm like, no, I am not here to be Doreen Virtue. I am not here to be Louise Hay. I am here to be Tawnya Love. And this is what Tawnya Love looks like. And I am tired of people trying to tell me I need to not be myself. It is so not fun. So if any of you are going through that in any way, or maybe you've been the other side, maybe you've been the ones judging, like, oh my God, you should totally not show your breasts, or oh my God, she should totally not do this. Just stop. Just stop. Because if you're doing that, it is because you're doing it to yourself. When women are hateful to me, it doesn't take me any time to go, well, a woman who hates herself. If someone's lashing out and hating me, it is spilling over. The venom is spilling over from their inner hate. So what's in essence needing to happen, we need to heal ourselves. We need to love ourselves. And I don't care, like, if you're out doing things in misaligned ways to get attention, you're trying to get every man's attention, you're trying to get all the women's attention, you're trying to get everyone to love you, and you want to be popular, it's not going to satisfy you. I'll save you time. It will never fulfill you to have, look, go read a biography by someone famous. I read Madonna's biography one time. She had such wounded little girl issues from her mother dying, and she wanted the whole world to love her. And she became really famous, and she freaking worked her ass off to get everyone to love her. But at the end of the day, it was never satisfying to her. She needed more. I need more money. I need more power. I need more love. You know why? Because when that wound is inside, nothing will fill it. Nothing. You will never heal an internal wound by external things, ever. So I say this to all of you today with love, including I hope some of the people that have shamed me are listening. I really do. Because if you're listening, there's a chance you can heal it. If you're deciding that, oh, I won't listen to anyone who speaks truth, I won't listen to anyone who's in her power because I feel more comfortable around people in poverty consciousness and lackful consciousness. I feel more comfortable being surrounded by women that are victims and they're wounded, playing, you know, the martyr, then go do that. But if you're listening, I encourage you to start owning your power. I encourage you to start loving each other, loving the women. Don't compete with each other. Go heal your inner child stuff. If you sense that you're competing with a woman and you're trying to mess with her, go and tune into that in yourself. Own it right away with that awareness. Don't ignore it and pretend, oh, it's not my problem. I think people need to start rectifying things. And not just I think, my angels tell me this. Humans will benefit when they start to rectify their misalignment. So let's say somebody does something hateful to somebody and they feel badly about it. You know, you can't hide from yourself. Your own consciousness is there all the time. It's always telling you there could be a higher way to handle this. And so you know if that's going on, go rectify it. Go talk to that person. You know what? I am so sorry. I really was battering your name for a while, and I was meditating and I was processing it, and it was messed up. And I would hate to have someone do that to me. And my fear was that someone would hurt me or abandon me or betray me. And I was so in fear that I did it to you. And like, go and say that. I know a soul like mine will honor that and will forgive it in a second, but we've got to start rectifying this stuff. We have to start healing this stuff. Some of the people that you're having issues with in your life right now, you want to know a little trick? You knew each other in the past, you knew each other in past lives, and you guys came back together and you're doing that shit again. And so instead of going around the merry-go-round again in hatefulness and misalignment, why don't we jump on and we start healing that shit? We start, you know what? Who are you? How did we know each other? Okay, I feel a lot of tension when I see you. I feel kind of anxious. I kind of feel like I don't trust you. Let's tune into that. Oh, maybe there's some stuff we went through in the past that we can now heal through our love, through our honor. Everything, you guys, everything you're going through, you can heal through your love and through your honor. And you have to learn to love yourself, because until you learn to love yourself, you won't even know how to open yourself to receive. You won't know how to share from yourself. You won't know how to show up and hold space for another. Because if you're wounded, all you're about is yourself. I see this all the time with souls that are so wounded, they're all about themselves. They can't even think about someone else. Like, oh, how could I even consider what you're going through? Because I'm all about myself. That is not self-love. That is being narcissistic, and that is very wounded. That's a very deeply wounded soul. So if we heal that, what's amazing is suddenly we can sit in a space with others and we're not focused on ourselves. We're actually focused on the others. We're focused on what their needs are. How may I serve you? How may I assist you? That is my soul in a nutshell. That is my soul in essence. Not in a nutshell. I won't even put myself in a nutshell. But you get what I'm saying. That's my soul in essence, and it's here to show you that and mirror that to you. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm not here to compare. I am not here to be anybody's bitch. I'm not here to bow down and cower on my back and let you growl at my neck. I will fucking not do that. And so if people are coming at me expecting that, I will promise you I will never do that. But if you watch me, I am showing you all how to be in your power. I am teaching you through my aligned example, and I am not going to bow down. I am not going to submit. That is not going to teach anybody a damn thing. So part of us seeing, like, the ones who come and challenge us, the ones who are in their power, they're not cocky. They're not arrogant. I've been called all these names: bossy, arrogant, cocky. She's, what did I say, spiritually ego. I've been called it, but it's not truth. I know myself. I am here to stand in my power, and I'm here to mirror that alignment. And those that are ready are like, woo, Tawnya, you are totally speaking my language, and I so want to be where you are, but I don't need to take you out to get there. I so want to own that power, but I don't need to take it from you. I understand that I need to step into my alignment like you're doing. I need to listen to my angels like you're doing. I need to meditate every day like you're doing, spend time in nature like you're doing. I need to pull away from the world when it's freaking insane like you're doing. And that is what I'm here to teach and mirror. It's not that you're going to take it from me. You love my life, you love my happiness. Don't try to take it from me, because you will not get happiness. And this is something we need to learn, because wounded ones will try to take it from you. They'll want to take your man, your money, your position, and they're never going to be satisfied, because they'll get it and they're like, oh, damn it, I'm still hungry. You're always going to be hungry because you need to learn to love yourself. That's simple. Okay. So is anybody commenting or anything that you guys want to share? Share away.
Nope.
Okay.
But give him the phone. Give him the phone number: 518.
Okay,
919 518 9773. Call in if you have any comments.
Yes, do please call in, because I'm serious. I feel like this conversation is not something that's just happening to me. And so I would love to hear what you have to say about it. But I do hope today's show actually really lit a fire under you, but not in a fire of destruction, but a fire of passion, a fire of courage. It takes a lot of courage to roar and move like a lion on this journey, and it takes no courage to be a sheep. It takes no courage to blend into the background and to just be a sheep being herded around and being told what to do. That takes no courage. It takes nothing of you. It expects nothing of you. But to have the courage to speak and to expose yourself and to be transparent and to be powerful and to go against the flow. Sometimes everyone's flowing this direction and it's out of alignment. then go the other direction. And I am a soul that I have gotten very comfortable with walking alone because I know I'm not alone. I'm with my spirit guides all the time. They are with me. And some of you, if you feel like your movie's shaking and that there's a mass of people going in this direction and they're expecting you to follow them or else, have the courage to walk the other direction and roar like a fucking lion. You are here to be lions. That is what's going to change the world. It's not going to be by being sheep anymore. So I'm going to read this. This card's actually very symbolic. And I read it to Cindy recently because I had a dream the night I got back from camping of an elephant. And this elephant, it was really vivid dream. And I was holding this baby elephant. And I remember just putting my hands on its heart and I was tuning into it. And it told me its name was Ezra and it was from India. And it was just the sweetest elephant and it had the most sweet, pure energy. And when I woke up the next day, I was kind of like, that was interesting. Why did I dream about an elephant? And then a person on Facebook had mentioned a post about how elephants have been used in battle. This literally happened the morning I woke up from the dream. This person posts this thing about elephants being used in battle because they can withstand the arrows that are shot at them because they have such thick skin and they're very resilient. And I was just like, are you shitting me? Like the irony of the synchronicity. And then I drew the card of elephant and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And it's from my deck of the Secret Language of Animal Oracle cards by Chip Richards, which I really love these. If you're into animal totems, this is a great deck. And here's what it represents. Elephant represents honor, empathy, responsibility, and cooperation. Think about what today's show topic has been about. Let's show each other honor, have empathy towards each other, be responsible, have integrity, kindness, and show cooperation. Work together, not against each other, together. So here's the message. A wave of floodwaters rushed through a native village, leaving destruction and chaos in its wake. Hours before the event, a group of elephants pulled their chains up from the ground and trumpet people to safety of a hilltop. Hours later, these same elephants wade through the rubble, retrieving children and struggling survivors, bringing order back to the village. Think of that symbol. These elephants are like the guardian spirits. They are like the energies like myself. These are like the spiritual warriors. They come here to help. They come here and they move through dangerous situations and low vibrational experiences to help. And we need to start loving them. Like Superman, stop trying to kill Superman. Realize he's here to help humanity. Stop trying to kill him. Like we need to start realizing, don't compete with him. Don't compare to Superman. Try to take him out because you're threatened of him, because you've got wounded child issues. Love Superman. And Superman is a symbol. There's supermen, superwomen on this planet. They're here to help and they're here to help humanity. Start honoring them and working with them instead of trying to take them down. That's my advice. Okay, highly sensitive and socially connected. Elephants have much to teach us about the power of community and the gift of cooperation. Largest of the land mammals, they share a similar gift of altruism, intelligence, and gentle power as their oceanic counterparts, the whale. To the Chinese, elephant brings happiness, longevity, and good luck. To the Hindu, elephant is vibrantly expressed as Ganesh, the god of good fortune, protection, and blessing upon all new projects. Elephants have one of the most closely knit and loyal societies in the animal kingdom. They communicate across great distances through low-frequency sounds beyond human perception, much like whales, and through an ancient language shared in the vibrations of their stomping feet. They live together for 60 to 80 years, and females only ever leave the herd when they die. During the female pregnancy, which lasts 22 months, she selects several babysitters to help her care for her and her young one when it arrives. In an elephant herd, if one of the members becomes sick, others will bring it food and protect it until it is healthy again. If it dies, the herd becomes very quiet, grieving their loss. They will dig a shallow grave and cover the elder with dirt and branches. Even herds that come across the remains of an unknown elephant will pause at the grave and show respect. There are many stories of elephants developing deep friendships with other animals, rescuing each other and other species and humans from danger. With the largest brain of all land animals, elephants have a highly developed sense of self, spatial awareness, and emotional maturity. They commonly share profound levels of humor, compassion, and cooperation, creativity, playfulness, and companionship with others. So think about like the essence of, hey, it's 555 right now. The essence of elephant is they are very strong and resilient, but they're very much about honor. Like elephants, just reading about them, I feel more of a connection of their consciousness than I feel with a lot of humans. There's humans that they'll just walk all over each other. They don't give a shit if somebody's sick. They're actually celebrating. Awesome. Maybe they'll leave and I'll get their position. What is wrong with us? Like, we as humans need to start coming back to this sense of community and we need to start caring about each other. If someone's hurting, if someone's going through something, go and hold space with them. Just show them your honor, show them your respect. It will say waves of good for you as well as them. It will make you feel so good to just hold space for another rather than constantly worrying about yourself. I'm telling you, take the focus off of self for a little bit. Okay, the message: when Elephant enters your life, she brings blessings of the highest order. Through the path of gentle power and cooperation, she calls forth the gifts of compassion, community, and higher purpose. Amidst a rapid pace and pressures of life, sometimes we become disconnected from the deeper emotional needs of ourselves and others. I'm going to read that sentence again because this, I feel, is a big part of why our modern day society is so sick and so much problem. Is amidst the rapid pace and pressures of life, sometimes we become disconnected from the deeper emotional needs of ourselves and others. What is that? Self-love. So if I'm so concerned about competing with that person at work and I'm doing the rat race, I'm on the hamster wheel, I will not love myself and now I can't love others. And so part of what we need to learn is we need to pull back and we need to really look at our lives, how we're living them. Is the rat race worth it? Is it helping us or is it harming us? And if we can pull back and kind of feel the way that we're here to move in the world, the way that we're here to recreate this world, we can do it in ways that move with more honor and more fluidity, in ways that honor ourselves and will also honor others. Self-love leads to shared love with others. Do you see that? As we race to complete our to-do list, we lose contact with the higher sense of being that inspires our most meaningful actions in the world. And that is true. We have to be in alignment with our beingness. That's going to come from consistent meditation, from stillness, from presence, sitting in the park and just listening and being. You're going to realize that's where your joy is coming from. That is where we feel aliveness and we feel joy and fulfillment. We're not going to get it from chasing stuff and trying to get people to like us and get enough money and have all these fancy things. That's not going to satisfy you. So if you want to save time, come into that place of beingness. Elephant trumpets a clear reminder that you are a great force for good, here to serve the higher path of humanity by embodying the higher values of your own divine nature. I will read that again. Elephant trumpets. Oh, I like that. Do that again, Amnon. Nice. Elephant trumpets a clear reminder that you are a great and mighty force. I'm going to bring that in for good. All of you are a mighty force for good if you use it. Here to serve the higher path of humanity by embodying the higher values of your own divine nature, aka spiritual alignment. There is a such thing. You have to come into that place of embodying your alignment, your divinity, in order to do this. If you don't do that work, you're not going to be that greater power of good. You're most likely going to be a part of the problem. What do you choose, humans? That's what it comes down to. What do you choose? Let's see. The time is now to trust your higher purpose and to find powerful ways to live with an open heart in the world. As you learn to recognize, embrace, and accept yourself, you will awaken a sense of freedom that allows you to transcend imaginary barriers between yourself and others, empowering you to live in ways that serve the highest good of all. And that is our calling. We're not here to hurt each other. We're not here to take that girl out of the race because she's a fast runner, so we're going to swipe her knee. That is bullshit. That stuff is causing damage and it's sick. We're here to actually work together. We're here to take away those the imaginary barriers of limitation. We're here to connect with each other. You want to know how that girl's a fast runner? Go talk to her. Go ask her questions. Be kind to her. Get to know her. She will probably amaze you with her wisdom that she would love to share with you if you'd stop trying to take out her knee. So we need to start really looking at this. Like I think of the movie 42, Jackie Robinson getting hit in the head They could have killed him with that ball because of their insecurities about the fact he's black and the fact that he was a damn good baseball player, and it challenged the shit out of them because they really believe, he can't be good, he's black. It was just demolishing their ignorance, just his presence. And that is what some of us are here to do, is we're here to demolish that ignorance. We're here to be the light so brightly that darkness goes running because it can't handle that intensity of that light. We're not here to anymore play in that shadow and be damaging each other. I mean, some of you are doing it, so maybe that's what you think you are here to do. I personally don't feel that is the path of joy. So if you're wanting joy and you're wanting health, you're wanting wholeness, it's going to be in this other path, and it's solution, it's alignment, it's love. The last sentence here: reclaim a sense of community in your life. Honor the magic of children and the deep wisdom of your elders. Draw together those who are closest to you. Call on them to support you in the gifts that you are now birthing. There is a great energy of support all around you, and you may just need to ask. When your cup is full and you realize just how blessed you are, you will begin to see opportunities to share that energy with others. Like me getting this show, my wisdom was filled, the cup was full, and I was ready to share, and this opportunity came in. We will be given gifts to help the world understand. Just trust that. But we need to do our own inner work. Don't be so greedy and hungry that you want to be a famous author that you are hurting people to get that. Or you're so greedy that you want to become the best healer at the fact that you're hurting a healer. It is insanity. We've got to start taking the process into consideration and realize that there is a process here, and we need to do our healing work and love ourselves and trust the universe will deliver us our platforms to go and express. It will happen. But don't try to take it from people. Don't try to hurt people because you feel like you're not enough, because you don't want to do your own healing work. That is ridiculous. Let's see, what's the last part? You will be a source of good and a blessing on other people's journeys. You will bring support and assistance when they least expect it. Now is the time for patient power and gentle strength. Embrace your emotions and the full spectrum of your being. Oh, I did that today, didn't I, Amnon?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. Okay, from joy and playfulness to sadness and deep reflection. So it's saying embrace whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling an energy, own that and embrace it and let it move through you. If you resist it, if you suppress it, if you deny it, you actually keep it here and it will become bigger and bigger until it blows. So just embrace whatever comes and express from your truth. That's what I'm mirroring to you today. There's days where I'm going to be peaceful. Let's do a guided meditation, guys. Let's go into this peaceful space. And days where I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's just how it's going to happen. And so there's going to be people that will judge that. They're going to be like, she's wrong. She just said that. That is wrong. Oh, she's a dark healer. No, I'm not. I'm a truthful human channeling spirit. And I'm here to show you that owning your full embodiment of your emotions is healthy, and it's how you're going to heal yourself. And so if that causes a problem in you, investigate that in yourself. Why does that bother me so much? Why does that piss me off when someone talks like that? Why does it bother me that that woman dresses so beautifully and owns her power? Why does that piss me off? Go and explore that, and that's where your healing is. That's where you're going to find it. Okay, so the last part is the affirmation. I see the world through an open heart. My thoughts, words, and actions open the hearts of others. And so that in essence is what we're here to do. We're here to open our hearts, to be truthful, to be loving, and to ignite and embody divinity. And in doing so, we're going to actually inspire others to do the same. But don't lose faith or lose hope if people try to lash out at you, or they try to take you out of the race, they try to harm your name or image. It's unfortunate. I call those things missed opportunities to show love. And unfortunately, humans do this to each other a lot because a lot of humans are really hurting and they're very lost. And so when humans are lost and hurting, they want to hurt people. They want to shame people. They want to destroy you. But that is not their highest divinity. So express how you feel about that and then move back to focusing on all the honor, all the ones that show you honor, that show you respect. And for those of you that show me honor and respect and that show up every week and that you're doing your own light work in the world. You're holding space, you're speaking truth, you're being courageous leaders, you're daring to break boundaries and limitations and be the explorers and global shapeshifters and shift leaders of the world. I bow with honor to each of you because I understand the work that we are all doing, and it is not the easiest work, and it is not always the most respected work, but we definitely deserve honor and respect. Even if you're not getting it, we all deserve it. Know that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Is there any last comments or anything that anybody wrote in?
No.
Okay. Apparently, I just was the one that had a lot of shit to say today. So that's okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a great week. And if any of you would like to connect with me to learn how to be more empowered, maybe you are wanting that and you're struggling in some way. If any of you are misaligned healers that have been shaming me and you want to call and say sorry, give me a ring. So I appreciate whatever comes my way of honor and integrity. So I thank you guys all for tuning in, and I hope that you have a very blessed and empowered week. And go be fucking lions. Stop being sheep. I'm out.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Health In with Debbie Bruck, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCBVI members, The Tawnya Love Show, Your Healthy Pet with Gisela DiCarlo. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by atimus.com, makers of quality video recorders and converters for professionals, carolinaapparel.com, and deltaforce.net.